Sport the noise. Seen the hustle. Ripped your team. So us get buckets. In the paint. From deep. From the impossible. To himself. So now you know.
Feel like I'm at the tippy top of my game, looking down at the rafters. I had to son these boys, can't leave them bastards. A lot of dudes, just some undercover actors. I don't fall for it, I'm privy to all your tactics. Yeah, so try again, this time take a vitamin. Confidence. Yeah, that's right, no downplaying my accomplishments. You call me arrogant, I take it as a compliment. I got that confidence, come on now.
Good afternoon and welcome to Guildford and the Surrey Sports Park for the final day of the BBL regular season. 7 months, 175 league games have been played, and we'll have the final 5 on a busy Sunday afternoon, starting here with the Surrey Scorchers against the Manchester Giants. Michael Hanson-Morris with you for this afternoon's game as the Giants look to secure the 6th seed as they head into the BBL playoffs, while the hometown Surrey Scorchers complete their regular season looking for their 4th league win of the campaign. On a busy day of BBL basketball, and fixtures will be thick and fast with you all Sunday afternoon, and this week obviously started on Thursday night with the Newcastle Eagles setting up a win or go home situation against the Plymouth City Patriots. That game at 3 o'clock. As for the Surrey Scorchers, they hit the road on Friday night, fell to the Bristol Flyers 87 points to 70. And now they head back here for the final game of the season. As you can see on your screen, a busy day. And we'll bring you all the action here on the BBL YouTube channel. As the crowd starting to fill in here in a busy Surrey Sports Park. Obviously the Surrey crowd have done a terrific job all season trying to edge their Scorchers home. Scorchers with 2 league wins here at the Surrey Sports Park, including their last one against the Caledonia Gladiators in the middle of March. But Lloyd Gardner trying to find that victory to close the season out on a high. As for the Giants, 2 losses last week to the Leicester Riders and the Sheffield Sharks. Ramon Fletcher missing the go-ahead bucket in the final couple of seconds. But Giants nonetheless will have a chance to clinch the 6th seed with a win today. And earlier we caught up with Giants head coach Vince McCauley to get his thoughts. Vince, obviously welcome to the Southeast. Week off, what were your reflections on your last 2 games against Sheffield and Leicester?
Tough games against really good teams. You know, I think everything is shaping up for an exciting playoff encounter, whoever teams meets who. So for us, it's just about, we played well, I thought, in the second of those 2 games against Leicester. We want to carry that going forward.
Obviously a short turnaround, you're going to host your playoff game on Thursday night. What's the talk in the squad about keeping rhythm going into the playoffs?
Well, that is the idea, is to keep rhythm going into the playoffs. So, you know, tomorrow we'll have a stretch and shoot around and begin to scout on whoever we'll face after tonight. Work hard on that on Tuesday and Wednesday. Go into that game on Thursday, because, you know, that's the thing about BBL basketball. We played everybody 4 or 5 times, so it's going to be about finding new ways to hopefully get the right result.
And obviously Surrey, 3 close games this season, but 3 victories. What's going to be the key to try and come out and close the regular season with a win?
Well, you know, Surrey are actually a good team despite their position. Why we've been able to win is our concentration and focus. I think that's what we have to do again today. If we concentrate and focus for the 40 minutes, we should come out with the victory.
Well, appreciate your time as ever and best of luck.
Thank you very much.
And there are the thoughts of Vince McCauley in Boyd Moon. As we mentioned, Thursday night for the Giants' home playoff game. If they win, it will be the Bristol Flyers. If not, other results will matter. But for the Giants, trying to keep that momentum going. Last time they were here at the Surrey Sports Park, it was the man on your screen, Taj Green, with a huge performance, 29 points personal, as the Giants overcame the Scorchers in overtime, 86-85. And Taj Green having a terrific overall season for the Giants, their second leading scorer. averaging just a tad under 18 points a game to go with 9 rebounds and 1 block shot, and of course known for that highlight dunk against Cheshire earlier in the season. But for now we'll flip our attention to the host, the Surrey Scorchers, and earlier Lloyd Garner gave his thoughts about his team's final game of the season. Lloyd, obviously final game of the season here at Surrey Sports Park. What's your overall reflections on your initial campaign with the team?
Disappointing, perhaps, is probably the best word. Inconsistent, shown good life, especially here at home. Had a lot of close games, just not been able to get them over the line when they matter. So see if we can, do a bit better, finish the season with style.
And obviously Manchester team, you played 3 times, haven't quite come away with a win, but played them really close. What's really exciting for you about this matchup?
Manchester are a really talented team. I think, a bit like us, they're up and down. When they're at their best, they're as good as anybody. So we know they've got some really good individuals. They're a dangerous team. For us, it's just, finishing the season, like I say, thinking about our own performances, trying to put something on the floor that we're proud of.
And obviously, it's always difficult to play here at the Sports Park. Just a word about fan support this season, despite not having quite the results you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say anything more about the fans, really. They've been incredible every week, showing up, an electric atmosphere here, often sellouts. We've had a lot of close games, like we say. So, the challenge is over the next few years, over time, is we've got to start turning those close ones into wins. And yeah, like I said, no better chance than today for us.
Well, I appreciate your time, Lloyd. Best of luck this afternoon. They're the thoughts of the Scorchers head coach, Lloyd Garner, obviously in his inaugural season with the team, alongside the new GM, Dan Clark. And a big addition to the Scorchers late in the year, Josh McFoley on your screen. Has not played against the Giants this season, but could definitely be an X-factor. McFoley, in his 11 games for the Scorchers, 18.5 points a game, 3.5 assists, and just under 1.5 steals, and has made a huge impact on this Scorchers lineup. Last time out against the Flyers, McFoley with 22 points, 5 assists on Friday night in that loss, but a lot of positives for Surrey to take away, and they will no doubt try and close this season out strongly. And we will have a look at the team news for today. Manchester Giants starting off, they are at full strength, so their normal 9 players. The rotation we've seen obviously with the addition of Kofi Joseph just before the BBL signing deadline. As for the Scorchers, same roster that played on Friday night in Bristol. Obviously still no Paddy Wang. However, good news for Paddy was his knee surgery was a success, and he is at the Sports Park this afternoon and cheering on his side. We are about 7.5 minutes from tip here in Guildford. Before that, we will review the top 10 plays of last week from the BBL.
Here's Evans. It's got a mismatch. It's stolen by Leslie Smith. Flyers in transition. It's Delpesh with the hammer.
And that's what he does really good job at. French is rebounding the basketball over 9 rebounds a game.
Nice from the hand. They're going right through the middle.
That is beautiful body control there. Tough finish there.
Make it 10. We're not at St James's Park, but it's still 0-0. Gets the scoreboard today.
9 points passed for him now. He's carrying his team.
Knocked away by Kennedy. Here's Defoe. Defoe taking it to the rim.
Pipkins with guarding Williams. Oh, Pipkins comes up with a steal. He goes up and throws it down.
In the corner, Akodo not quite able to knock it down. Ball is loose. Quickly down court. Great rejection there.
Stolen back by Mockford. Here's Kennedy. Bounce pass inside, looked up to Kennedy, who jams it in and shoot. That was their second three of the game. And then Newcastle turning defense into offense. Kennedy, he knew where he wanted it, and Cohen just put it on a plate for him. It was a beautiful pass, great teamwork, and Kennedy finishes with the...
Well, Coach Vince McCall would be wondering, should I leave him out there? Beautiful play by Patrick Whelan.
Gordon, right to the side, it's stolen away by London. Nelson pushing in transition to Luade, into Sharma with the two-handed slam.
He has 7 points, and this beautiful, sensational flying dunk. Lovely pass, right on the money.
Defense pushing the ball in transition, and it results in easy points around the bucket.
Yeah, I totally agree, and that's the thing.
He's one of the two Iron Men for this Patriots team. It's interesting, he's still in this ball game with 2 minutes to go. Oh, baby! He was unable to put it down.
Yeah, we see Carrington throwing up for that flush.
Oh!
The greatest showman now showing in the Morningside Arena.
We've got to see it again and again. Look at that. How sweet is that?
And there we have it, the BBL plays of last week. No doubt some big flying moments ahead on the final day of the regular season. But we'll start the action here with the Surrey Scorchers and Manchester Giants. As you see, the Surrey Scorchers being introduced on your screen. As we said with the coaches pre-game, 3 matchups between these teams already happened this season. Starting off at the end of October, it was Manchester 106, Surrey 93 on that occasion. Dirk Williams and Paddy Wang, 24 points apiece. And then the matchup moved to the end of January with another close game. It was Manchester coming out 97-92 victors, but that game was tied at 89 with 4.5 minutes left of the game before the Scorchers' offense dried up. And then a week later, the two teams met here at the Surrey Sports Park. As previously mentioned, it was the Giants 86-85 in an overtime thriller, with Taj Green 29 points and an Anthony Roberson double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds, and Ramon Fletcher 23 points, 9 assists. As for the hosts, Shaquem Johnson led the way in scoring 21 points, 13 rebounds, but he was amply supported, including the now departed Jalen Ray, who had 16 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. But it was Shaquem Johnson who tied the game up on the buzzer on that occasion, before Ramon Fletcher, the ever-present BBL veteran, who made a pull-up jump shot in the final 20 seconds of the game. And Surrey couldn't quite convert on 2 opportunities down the stretch to pull out what would have been another league win. Ramon Fletcher, obviously well known for his time with the Eagles. He'll have no doubt have one eye on the big game this afternoon, with his former Eagles playing the Plymouth City Patriots in a almost play-in game. But for now, we'll look at the starting 5s for this afternoon's game here in Guildford, as the team's just going through their final pre-game warm-up. So starting for the Scorchers, wearing 2 will be Shaquem Johnson, 3 Josh McFoley, 11 Charleston Dobbs, 12 Josh Steele, and captain number 15 Teo Ogundembe. And as for the Giants, their typical starting unit, so Taj Green, who'll wear 1, number 4 William Lee, 11 Dirk Williams, 24 Anthony Roberson, and 44 Ramon Fletcher. As we'll remind you of the playoff scenarios in a minute, as the Surrey Sports Park starting to fill up nicely. People still streaming in behind us as teams are sent to the bench with just a minute left till tip-off. Obviously, Surrey, unfortunately, will finish bottom of the BBL Championship this season, but for the Giants, if they win, they will clinch themselves in that 6 overall seeding. However, if the Giants lose and the Sheffield Sharks win later on this afternoon, when they host the Bristol Flyers. Giants will drop to that 7th seed and head to the Leicester Riders next Sunday at the Morningside Arena. As you can see, both teams at the bench going to get fine instructions, and also another great head coaching matchup in the BBL. Lloyd Gardner and Vince McCauley. Vince McCauley obviously having made the move from the London Lions in the off-season, but has done a terrific job with this Giants team. Not overly deep, often just being able to suit up 8 players, but has really drawn a strong roster to the Northwest, and a team also known for their shot blocking prowess. As for the Scorchers, they will no doubt be trying to end on a high, as you heard Coach Lloyd Gardner say in the pre-game. For the Scorchers, offense has been a concern all season long, the second lowest scoring team in the league, and coming into this game with Paddy Wang out injured, Josh McFoley, the only Scorcher averaging double digits at 17.9. Second leading scorer for the Scorchers is Shaquem Johnson, and he'll try and see if he can have a big afternoon and break into that double-digit margin. As the starting fives heading onto the floor, Scorchers in their traditional dark home kit, Manchester Giants in their bright yellow away strip. We are about ready to get going for the final day of this BBL season. Playoff seeding, important matchups will be known by the end of the day. Manchester Giants and Surrey Scorchers will look to end their league campaign 7 months to the day since they started with a victory. It will be Taj Green and Shaquem Johnson for the tip. And we are underway here in Guildford. Surrey Scorchers, final game of the 22-23 season, and they will have the first offense of the game, immediately jumping into a horn set. Dobbs off the flare screen, but nothing. So Scorchers will continue the half-court look, and the ball deflected out of bounds. Fletcher knocking it away from Steele, and immediately 4 seconds left on the shot clock for Scorchers to work from the side. McFoley up and off to the right, but a long rebound into Captain Teo's hands, as Dobbs off as well. But 2 solid looks for Surrey. Obviously Manchester coming in with the high-powered offense. The league's leading scorers this season are Vince McCauley's side, as their first offense of the day. Taj Green on the left wing, looking to drive baseline, cut off, goes to the pull-up, and Taj Green gets the friendly roll. And the Giants, the first points of the afternoon. Post-entry pass, William Lee read it though, getting round Shaquem Johnson, and Giants able to push ahead. Dirk Williams to Fletcher, straight away 3 up, a little bit short, and a fight for the rebound. Last touch by Charleston Dobbs. And Manchester will retain possession, baseline ball. And 14 left on the shot clock. Green to Fletcher. Taj Green ducking in, but not open, but William Lee will drive it, and the scoop layup with the inside hand. Glances off the window, and Manchester with a strong start on this Sunday afternoon, as Shaquem Johnson goes to the hook shot and will get fouled in the process. William Lee with the reach in, trying to block the shot. As you see here on the replay, that right hand catching one, if not both, elbows of Shaquem Johnson, and he will head to the line for 2. Shaquem Johnson shooting 60% on the season from the foul line, and the first no good. Johnson in his rookie season as a professional, having graduated from Tennessee State. And he is able to get the Scorchers on the board. Minute and a half into this game. As Dirk Williams open underneath, the pass a little bit delayed, so he has to reset on the perimeter, closely guarded by Steele. Roberson driving to the hole, and he will be rewarded with a trip to the charity stripe as Teo Ogundembe will commit the foul, his first, team first on the Scorchers. And Roberson first, just a little bit too short. Roberson makes the second, however. One of the lower shooting free throw takers on the Giants team. Giants have shot the ball relatively well from the line this season, but the press catches them out as Ogundembe's free long fight for the rebound. Ball squeezed out of Shaquem Johnson's hands, and Giants will look to push. Fletcher in the pick and roll with Green. Green will gather it the second time. Reset, Fletcher straight away, free up off the iron, but Taj Green, athletic rebound, and putback is good. And a worrying sign for the Scorchers early. Giants, a strong offensive rebounding team, and dominate the glass early as another 3-point is up, and this time connects. Josh McFoley with the first field goal of the afternoon. That being given as a long two. Just a toe on the line as Taj Green misses, but another offensive rebound, and he will lose the handle on the spin move as Green eyes lit up, looking to jam it home for two. But Taj Green, all action in the first couple of minutes here at the Surrey Sports Park. As the Scorchers look to respond. McFoley keeps his dribble alive, gonna fire up, same spot, this time outside the arc. And Josh McFoley back-to-back buckets as the Giants go the other way. Roberson lays it home for two. But Josh McFoley, the Scorchers' leading scorer, off to a hot start with back-to-back shots. We'll see if Scorchers can give him a look, but they go inside. Johnson gets the friendly roll. And both teams' offenses dominating this matchup early on. So you can hear the Scorchers crowd getting into it, but they'll need more than that as Ramon Fletcher giving a wide open lane with that left hand, and he makes no mistake. McFoley now on the top, gets Dirk Williams with the reach in. That'll be the first personal foul on Dirk Williams, second team foul on the Giants. As Josh Steele will inbound. McFoley, 7 on the shot clock, calls for the ball screen, going to reject it, leave the three well short. And Giants now coming back the other way. Fletcher straight off the pick and roll, throws it up, and Taj Green makes no mistake. Arguably the most athletic big in the BBL. And we've seen high-flying action from Green all season long. And he moves to 6 points personal. A steal down the other end. And Josh Steele says, anything you can do, Taj Green, I can do as well. Back-to-back dunks. And Fletcher tries to go off the window, thought he was going to get a call, so threw it up. And now the Scorchers can go in transition. McFoley behind the back. Shaquem Johnson lays it home for two. And that has definitely got the Surrey Scorchers crowd going. The noise in the sports park ramping up as Roberson, right corner three, in and out. And a loose ball rebound, last touch by the Giants. As we'll get our first substitution of the afternoon. Teo Ogundembe, having picked up that early foul, will head to the bench and be replaced by Kyle Carey. Carey averaging 6.5 points a game for the Scorchers. As Steele off the pin down screen connects, and the hosts have their first lead of the game just midway past this opening quarter, and a hand check will be called on Charleston Dobbs as Ramon Fletcher, with that famous hesitation dribble, and Josh McFoley will head to the bench for Coach Lloyd Gardner, and Andrew Lawrence, the veteran, will take his place. Lawrence moving to the bench with the addition as McFoley, but Taj Green will connect once again, and he's up to 9 points personal already, just 6 minutes in. And he's definitely liked playing against the Scorchers this season as the pick and roll. Johnson going to go to work and will get fouled once again. William Lee not happy with that call. Wants to go speak to the referees, but decides better of it, and instead will head straight to the bench as Nick Lewis checks in to the game. Nick Lewis playing 18.5 minutes a game off the bench for the Giants this season. Has been vital to the team's success on both ends of the court, as Johnson gets the friendly roll on the first. Johnson back to the line for the second time this afternoon, drawing both the fouls on William Lee. This time he goes 2 of 2. So Shaquem Johnson moves to 7 points as the end-to-end action here in the British Basketball League, final day of the regular season. Taj Green, high post catch, working on Johnson, going to go to the foul line pull-up. Doesn't quite go, but good box out by Nick Lewis to seal off Charleston Dobbs, and he'll be rewarded with the offensive rebound and the foul. So we see here on the replay, Lewis got in that interior position, and Dobbs, with that reach in, didn't quite get that foul before it was in the act of shooting. So Charleston Dobbs, with that second personal foul, will head to the Surrey bench and presumably sit out the final 3.5 minutes of this opening quarter, as Ogundembe are back into the game. And Nick Lewis to the foul line, where he cannot connect on the first. Nick Lewis shooting 66% this season from the foul line, and goes 0 of 2. So Giants 1 of 4 on their opening trips to line. As Carey thought about it, but will reset with Josh Steele. Steele pull up 3, string music, Josh Steele. And after a slow start from downtown by the Scorchers, they are starting to heat up. And that third triple of the quarter puts them in a lead. But Dirk Williams says not so fast, and he will lay it home on his first shot of the game. And another post touch for the Giants, but Nick Lewis with the strip from behind. Fletcher will get bumped by Lawrence. And that'll be the 4th team foul on the Scorchers. First on Lawrence, as Shaquem Johnson heading to the bench, the leading scorer for the Scorchers early on. But the culprit of that turnover, and Boban Jackdomney in for the host, wearing 13, having made the switch down from playing with Glasgow last season. Roberson, left corner 3, again a little bit short by Roberson. And now Scorchers pushing. 3 up by Ogdembe, but no good. But Taj Green on the weak side couldn't quite corral the rebound, so Scorchers possession from the baseline. A little bit of an awkward spot here for Scorchers, the ball right in the corner. But Giants not deciding to put a lot of pressure on it as Jack Domney goes a little running floater but doesn't quite get the drop. And now Fletcher working on Carey, goes to the spin move in traffic, doesn't go, but Taj Green able to tip it home. And right now it's the Taj Green show for the Giants. He has 11 of their points, but Jack Domney lays it home for 2. And Surrey Scorchers really exploiting the Manchester Giants pick and roll defense early on. Taj Green down the other end, but he will be fouled. And you can see it here on the pickup. Kyle Carey from behind, just trying to knock the ball loose as the rotation was there from the Surrey weak side, but foul is called and Giants will have a chance to tie the game up. Taj Green makes the first. Green shooting 67% from the line. A rookie out of Benedict College, NCAA Division 2. We had a strong final season. And he goes 2 of 2 from the line. So we are tied at 22 as we're closing the end of the first quarter out here in Guildford. As Carey finds Ogundembe and he slams it home for 2. And a dunk contest is breaking out on the final game of the regular season for the Surrey Scorchers. And they're really exploiting the Manchester Giants interior defense as Green doesn't get it to go. Ball tipped out, but only to the hands of Fletcher. Fletcher, 15-foot pull-up, a little bit off to the left. And Surrey out and running again. Carey avoids the charge. Jack Domney is called for the travel as he collected on the jump stop but then shuffled both feet. But you can see it there just before he went up, just a little shuffle. As Josh Steele will take a breather. And McFoley back in for the Scorchers. As for the Giants, Kofi Joseph and Callum Jones both into the game. The handoff disrupted, but Giants retain possession. Joseph to Lewis, 5 on the shot clock. Pick and roll again for the Giants. Green loses the handle and a foul will be called. Green just bumped Kyle Carey from behind as he tried to recover. Just that little bit of contact there, but fortunately for the Giants, only the 4th team foul. So Surrey will not be shooting. However, the ball currently is heading to the other end of the floor. So, yeah, referee's just getting together with the table officials and confirming what was only the 4th team foul on the Giants. So it'll be backcourt ball for the Scorchers. See if they go quick and pull out a 2-for-1 opportunity. Lawrence off the ball screen. Nowhere to go, so he'll reset. McFoley way above the 3-point line. Will drive on Williams, go to the floater, gets a little bit of contact, but no call. But Jack Domney able to lay the offensive rebound home for 2. And Surrey back into a 4-point lead. Final possession of the opening quarter. Jones, pull up from the elbows. Callum Jones with a tough finish. And that will close the quarter out here as Josh McFoley slipped before getting the he could get the half-court heave off, and that will do it for a pulsating first quarter here at the Surrey Sports Park. Surrey Scorchers 26, Manchester Giants 24, and we'll be able to review some of the highlights and what you can only call a dunk spectacular in this opening quarter, as Fletcher started off with the alley-oop pass to Taj Green connection BBL fans have seen so many times this season, up and over Shaquem Johnson. And then at the other end for the Scorchers was Josh Steele with the immediate reply, driving straight down through the heart of the Giants defense. Josh Steele perfect in that opening quarter, 8 points personal on 3 of 3 shooting to go with 2 assists. And then Captain Teo with the throwdown as well, as Coach Vince McCauley will no doubt be addressing his defense in that opening quarter. The Surrey Scorchers, the second lowest scoring team in the BBL this season, only behind the Sheffield Sharks. But they have those 26 opening points, 12 of which coming in the paint. As you see the kit race on the bottom of your screen being won, much to the delight of the mascots, as we've still got 2 stragglers unfortunately struggling to put on their pair of rather oversized large shorts. And they will finally get there and see if they can convert. No luck for our juniors. Surrey Scorchers doing a terrific job with their entertainment all season long in what looks to be pretty much a sellout once again at the Sports Park. In fact, we have a few standing room seats on the balcony as both teams head out for this second quarter. Giants with Jones, Josephs, Lewis, Roberson and Green, and they will have this opening possession of the second quarter. Callum Jones driving, gets to 2 feet, loses the ball, and Teo Ogdembe will drive, no resistance, kicks it out, wide open look. McFoley doesn't quite drop, but Scorchers able to recycle. Carey, baseline drive, layup doesn't go. Table tennis action as Jack Dombey tried to get it to go. And Callum Jones called for the carry. Referee David Griffin saying he picked the dribble up. Jones arguing he never quite got that second hand on it and it was just a mishandle. But as we know, the referees right on the spot as they've been all season long. And back-to-back turnovers for Callum Jones. As this time it is the Scorchers that turn it over. And Josephs driving on Lawrence. Recycles Nick Lewis, trail 3 off to the right. And a piece of loose debris on the floor, which will get picked up and reset. But Manchester Giants really struggling from downtown early on. They are 1 of 6 from the 3-point line early on. And we'll keep you up to date with time and scores. We have a little bit of a technical difficulty here with our scoreboard, so we'll keep you up to date from the commentary position. But it's currently Scorchers by 2 as Ogdembe through 3 players gets the contact. Looked like Giants have done a pretty good job of staying vertical, but just the patience of the pump fakes. And the foul is called on Callum Jones, and Captain Teo to the line for 2. Can't connect on the first. Ogdenby shooting 50% on the season, 2.5 attempts a game, and he keeps that average right on the money. 1 of 2, Scorchers by 3 as Kofi Josephs responds and ties the game up at 27. Kofi's 10th game with the Giants, having been a late season deadline addition, as Jack Dombey will be fouled on the turnaround, trying to go to work on Taj Green in the post. Looked like there was a couple of Giants' hands reaching in, and we'll see where the foul is called. Indeed, Taj Green with that right hand swiping down, and he will pick up his second personal foul, the Giants' leading scorer in the game. As substitutions both ways, Lee and Williams checking in for Roberson and Green. And Josh Steele back into the game for the Surrey Scorchers. As more free throws for the Scorchers. This is attempts 7 and 8 on the afternoon. But unfortunately for Jack Domney, the first short, corrects on the second, but this time too much. But Josh Steele able to pull down the offensive rebound, the 6th offensive rebound for the Scorchers, as Jack Domney on the second attempt puts it home. And he moves to 6 points personal. Scorchers once again in the trap. Giants, Josephs in and out. And Carl Carey able to pull down the board. Scorchers in transition. Josh Steele, corner 3 is good. And Josh Steele moves to 11 points on 4 of 4 shooting, including 3 of 3 from that magical downtown, as Lewis airballs, it's Dirk Williams airballs the 3 in the corner. Something we have not seen often at all. Unfortunately, the Scorchers can't connect in transition, as 2 wide open players, but the ball sailing in between them. As Giants in a 2-3 zone, it looks like. William Lee gets a good duck in, turnaround long, but offensive rebound and put back by Kofi Josephs, and he moves to 5 points as Carey is stripped. Giants can go in transition, 4-on-2 fast break. Dirk Williams lays it home for 2, as McFoley couldn't cut off the angle and managed to bring it back to within 1. McFoley off balance, throws it up. Don't know if that was a shot or a pass, but it found Josh Steele, but Steele blows the layup, and now Giants again in transition, 3-on-1. And Kofi Josephs again gets the putback as Dirk Williams couldn't connect, and head coach Lloyd Gardner calls for a break with 6:35 left of the second quarter. It's Surrey Scorchers 32, Manchester Giants 33. As we will have a chance to delve in to some of the stats in this timeout. It's Josh Steele, after that first miss of the game, still on 11 points personal. But really it's the battle of the offensive rebounds which has been intriguing early on. Both teams really dominating the offensive glass. Surrey with 8 offensive rebounds now for the Scorchers. And the Giants also on 8. But the real difference in this game is the ability to convert. Giants 10 points off those rebounds. However, Surrey just 4 points. But this would no doubt be a little bit of a worrying sign for head coach Vince McCauley, as they like to look to tighten up before the playoffs, with Surrey completely out-rebounding them on the offensive end early on. As we are back out the timeout. Giants setting up a trap. Steal. And Nick Lewis lays it home for 2. Giants committing 4 players forward. This time, Surrey break here. And Shaquem Johnson able to get the just about, we'll call it a dunk. Will be nice. It's the final day of the season. And Surrey able to pull it back to within 1. Reminder, the scoreboard is down. We are trying to work to get that fixed for you, but we'll keep you updated here from the commentary booth as William Lee turnaround jump shot off the front iron. And Scorchers able to again look to advance the ball. McFoley being denied by Callum Jones, cuts back door, but it'll be Kyle Carey to come get it. Calls for the screen, pick and roll. Johnson, weak side pass to Steele, gets Josephs in the air and off the back iron as Josh Steele misses his first 3 of the afternoon, but another great look as Kofi Josephs way off to the right. Giants 2 of 10 from downtown as Ogdenby to Johnson. He's got William Lee on him. Drew 2 fouls in the first quarter. Spin move, sits on the front of the rim and decides to roll in Johnson's favour. And he will join Josh Still on 11 points. And as we cross the midway point of this second quarter, Surrey back into a 1-point lead. William Lee back iron, but another offensive rebound for Kofi Josephs. This time he can't convert. And Surrey 4-on-1 fast break. Trail to Josh Steele. Give and go by the Scorchers. Kofi for 3 immediately responds. And it feels more like an athletics track event than a basketball game. Both teams just all out in transition. McFoley reverse layup, no good. And once again, Giants pushing, and Carl Kerr will be called for the blocking foul on Dirk Williams. He doesn't agree as Ramon Fletcher will check back in for Nick Lewis, and Carey and Ogdenby to the Scorchers bench with Lawrence and Dobbs back into the game. As Charleston Dobbs immediately buys the pump fake and be called for the blocking foul. And maybe a somewhat okay foul if you're Lloyd Gardner, making sure you don't allow Kofi Josephs to get another 3-point attempt up. He's already made 2 this afternoon. Well known for his 3-point shooting, not just this season, but in his career, especially with the Plymouth City Patriots and Worcester Wolves. As Dirk Williams able to convert from the out of bounds, as McFoley gets the contact and the basket. Josh McFoley, who'd been quiet, having scored the Scorchers' first 2 field goals of the afternoon, but he's able to draw the contact from Callum Jones. And he will have a chance to convert the 3-point play and put the Surrey Scorchers back into the lead. We're currently tied at 40. Second personal foul on Callum Jones, 3rd team foul on the Giants. And looks like Dirk Williams was given a flop warning. So any more theatrics by the Giants players, and Surrey will get the bonus technical free throw. But McFoley converted on that, so back and forth game continues here at noisy Surrey Sports Park. Joseph, long 2, back iron, and a foul on the rebound. Looks like Carl Carey was trying to face box out Anthony Roberson. Lloyd Gardner way off the bench, almost to the halfway line. Cannot believe that call. and he will pick up a warning for his troubles. Couldn't quite see it on the replay, but Carey adjudged to push off as Ramon Fletcher will trigger the inbound. Dirk Williams coming to the near side, stops on the elbow and connects. Dirk Williams, the Giants' leading scorer at 19 points a game, coming in up to 8 on the afternoon as Johnson in the post. Kofi Joseph's helping way off. That thrills up Carl Carey, but Giants able to rotate out. Carey's spin move, left-handed layup, doesn't go, and we'll have a foul on the rebound. Carl Carey, again, doesn't quite agree. We'll see if we can see what happened. To be honest, probably not a lot, but there was enough of a push adjudged by Shaquem Johnson on the Giants' bigs, and that'll be the 4th team foul for the Scorchers. First on Johnson. So with 3 minutes left of this quarter, any more fouls by Surrey and Giants will get to the foul line. Giants leading by 1, 42 points to 41. Fletcher to Lee, who slipped the screen to the three-point line. Back iron for William Lee. And a foul called on the perimeter for the hand check. That'll be on Roberson, his first. As Roberson bought the pump fake on Carl Carey, much to the disgust of Vince McCauley on the Giants bench, wanting him to stay down. And it'll be Scorchers ball from the sideline. McFoley to Johnson. And Shaquem Johnson rolling straight through the middle once again. And he moves to 13 points personal. Williams feeling it in this second quarter, and he will connect on his first triple. And Giants into a 2-point lead, 45-43. Carey for the lead. Doesn't quite go. But Dirk Williams finally able to connect from downtown as Andrew Lawrence strips the ball from Fletcher from behind and lays it home. William Lee deciding not to try and block the layup attempt and risk the foul. As Williams pushes Roberson, corner 3 up and to the left. And Giants still haven't quite got it going from downtown as McFoley driving into contact. And it'll be adjudged on Dirk Williams. Again, you'll see it here on the replay. If it wasn't on Williams, it probably would have been on Roberson, who was trying to get across to cut off the lane. And Dirk Williams on his second personal foul will take a break, and into the game for the first time for the Giants wearing 8, Nathan Robinson. Robinson in his first year as a pro, former GB Junior International back between 2017 and 2019, represented GB in both under 18s and under 20s. 10 minutes a game for the Giants this season as Fletcher strings it, and the Giants back into the lead as Ramon Fletcher with his first triple. But down the other end, Josh McFoley goes, "Are you going to guard me?" as he drives straight through the middle once again, and he's up to 12 points. And I think the message is for both coaches going into the halftime break, which is now just 79 seconds away, will be fairly simple. Transition defense, box out, and then continue to run, and whichever team solves that equation will probably come out victorious. As William Lee will go back to the foul line. Giants 3 of 7 on the day, as Lee's first no good. William Lee shooting at 78.5%, but goes 0 of 2. So Scorchers keep this lead, 49-48. McFoley, as we're into the final minute, 4 on the shot clock, double teamed, finds Johnson, misses the dunk, but only because of the foul from behind. Anthony Roberson trying to create the block shot, but he's adjudged for the push, and terrific vision by McFoley. But you can see Robeson's body there creating contact. As Roberson moves to 2 personal fouls, he will be the 5th Manchester Giants player on 2 fouls. And the 4th starter, only Ramon Fletcher, not on 2 fouls for the Giants. As Shaquem Johnson continues his strong outing, he's now up to 14 points. He's 5 of 5 from the floor and 4 of 6 from the line, as the second a little bit too strong. And the Giants will have a good 2-for-1 opportunity here to close the half. Fletcher into the lane, doesn't get the bounce, and another offensive rebound. Kofi Josephs keeps his feet in bounds. Thought about the 3, but instead will reset, going to isolate. Extra pass, Robinson no good, but another offensive rebound. And at the 3rd time of asking, Anthony Roberson just about gets it to drop. 10 seconds left of this opening half, tied at 50. Double team coming for the Giants on McFoley. He has to reset, going to find Teo before the buzzer, and doesn't quite get it to go. But that will end a highly entertaining first half here in Guildford at the Surrey Sports Park. And we will go to the break tied at 50. It was the Surrey Scorchers winning the opening quarter 26-24. And in the second quarter, roles reversed. Giants coming out with that 2-point quarter victory, meaning we are tied at the break. For the Scorchers, 3 players in double digits, led by Shaquem Johnson, 14 points. As for the Giants, also with 3 on double digits, Taj Green with 13 points, I believe all in the first quarter to go, with 6 rebounds. But for now, we will take a break here at the Surrey Sports Park, and we will catch up with Dirk Williams. But first, Surrey's new big, Boban Jack Dombey.
Growing up, I was bullied a little bit because I was quite big, overweight, and faced a lot of animosity. It put me in dark places, I can't lie, but definitely used basketball as an anchor to kind of push my way through that. I think that was probably the biggest thing, trying to lose weight and trying to face, negative thoughts and negative things said towards me. What was once a challenge has now become a lifestyle. I went to the gym to lose weight because I wanted to kind of hide myself from the bullying, but now it's like I want to go to the gym to make myself better. And so the drive is still there, but it's just pushing in a different direction, a more positive direction towards my career. So I first properly started playing basketball when I was around 18 years old, so relatively late. I was playing for Newham. I did something on the court to attract the attention of my high school coach, who his name is Sean Jameson. He definitely took me under his wing, and I just developed a passion and wanted to take it further. And Sean told me I had the potential to go to America. Being relatively new to basketball and being told that, you know, was kind of like amazing to me, for me to hear. Junior college was a grit and grind kind of setting. Everyone's hungry, you know, and it's more or less like eat or be eaten. You have to adapt, otherwise you're going to get left behind.
Down here to Boban. Boban spins out. Boban goes up, and he gets the one. And again, you got to go to Uncle Boban in the low block to be reckoned with. I mean, look at the spin out.
I would never have considered myself a professional basketball player. I definitely thought I would probably take a career in football. I thought I wasn't very good, but I had the, you know, I just thought I was really good. I think the biggest inspiration for me would be my sister. When she was younger, she lost her eyesight, and now she's visually impaired, so she can see but only 20% vision. And you know, despite her disability, she has excelled in all corners. She sings, she plays sport, and she's very, very good at it. Me and my sister have the best relationship, and so just seeing her do what she does with her disability, it just kind of like amazes me, and like I kind of want to use that same like energy to kind of put into my everyday life. Definitely been striving to be a role model because I'm always big on telling people my story. I'm always big on telling people my back, you know, what I've been through, so that people can kind of have like a template and understand that they can go through the same thing and you can still turn out good. You can still make a good thing out of a bad thing. I'm always up for helping people who, you know, who are in need, and that's like a big, you know, a big thing for me.
Feel like I'm at the tippy top of my game, looking down at the rafters. I had to sun these boys, can't leave them bastards. A lot of dudes, just some undercover actors. I don't fall for it, I'm privy to all your tactics. Yeah, so try again, this time take a vitamin. Confident. Yeah, that's right, no downplaying my accomplishments. You call me arrogant, I take it as a compliment. I got that confidence, come on now.
My journey with basketball was very interesting. I was kind of born into it. My mom and my dad both played. My mom kind of put me in organized basketball from pretty much 5 years old. I was playing against 6 and 7 year olds. Didn't have a clue what I was doing. I remember the first time at the beginning of the game, I just grabbed the ball and I took off running without even dribbling. I just chucked it up at the rim. Didn't even have a clue playing basketball, so it was a pretty interesting experience for myself. I still remember it like it was yesterday, but I think that was when I first fell in love with basketball. Yeah, I grew up in Birmingham, Alabama. There's this little community right in Birmingham called Rosedale. My grandma, she stayed right next door to a gym. It's called the Lee Center, so I used to go there pretty much every day. I was there from morning when it opened to about 9 until it closed at 9 p.m. So I was there like every day. So basketball was just in my DNA. Funny one, when I was a kid, I used to want to be a dentist. I was very interested in that at the time. Like my cousins and stuff, we had this reclining chair. I used to recline them back and pull out your teeth and stuff like that. So it was definitely a big dream of mine when I was younger. Honestly, not really too many sacrifices. I think the biggest one is maybe just being away from my family back in the States. I mean, obviously I built my family here. You know, I have my wife and my son and my kids here, so it's not too far from home for me, so I don't feel like I'm far away or alone out here or anything like that. So I wouldn't say I made too many sacrifices to be able to be where I'm at today.
And it does. There's Rublicki, and they need to get over the court quickly.
I think at that time there was a lot of tension going on in the game, a lot of trash talking going back and forth and stuff like that. So it was just kind of in my head that, you know, I just wanted to make a highlight play.
Oh my goodness me! What a play that was!
Once I got to half court, I saw that it opened up, and I was just like, at that moment, I knew I was going to dunk it. I woke up and my phone was blowing up the next morning and everything. We made Sports Center and all types of stuff, so it was a good moment. Obviously, I just want to continue to flourish in my career and just get better as a person, get better as a father as well, just make a good path for my son. Obviously, he's already showing good traits and stuff that he's already interested in basketball. So I just want to be able to, create a nice little path for him. So I'm just going to continue to just keep flourishing my career.
Feel like I'm at the tippy top of my game, looking down at the rafters. I had to sun these boys, can't leave them bastards. A lot of dudes, just some undercover actors. I don't fall for it, I'm privy to all your tactics. Yeah, so try again, this time take a vitamin. Confidence. Yeah, that's right, no downplaying my accomplishments. You call me arrogant, I take it as a compliment. I got that confidence, come on now.
Here's Evans. He's got a mismatch. It's stolen by Leslie Smith. Flyers in transition. It's Delpesh with the hammer.
And that's what does really good job at Francis rebounding the basketball over 9 rebounds a game. Nice from Hammer going right through the middle. That is beautiful body control there. Tough finish there.
Hammer minutes in. We're not at St James's Park, but it's still 0-0. Jimenez gets the scoreboard today.
9 points passed for him now. He's carrying his team.
Knocked away by Kennedy. Here's Defoe. Defoe taking it to the rim.
Pipkins with guarding Williams. Oh, Pipkins took up with a steal. He goes up and throws it down.
In the corner, Akodo not quite able to knock it down. Ball is loose. Quickly down court. Great rejection there.
Stolen back by Mockford. Here's Kennedy. Bounce pass inside. Looked up to Kennedy, who jams it in and shoot. That was their second 3 of the game. And then Newcastle turning defense into offense. Kennedy, he knew where he wanted it. And Cohen just put it on a plate for him. It was a beautiful pass. Great teamwork. And Kennedy finishes with the...
Well, Coach Vince McCall, if you're wondering, should I leave him out there? Beautiful play by Patrick Whelan.
Gordon, right to the side, it's stolen away by London. Nelson pushing in transition. Luade into Sharma with the 2-handed slam.
Start, he has 7 points, and this beautiful, sensational flying dunk. Lovely pass, right on the money.
Fence pushing the ball in transition, and it results in easy points around the bucket.
Yeah, I totally agree, and that's the thing.
He's one of the 2 Iron Men for this Patriots team. It's interesting, he's still in this ball game with 2 minutes to go. Whoa, baby! He was unable to put it down.
Yeah, we see Carrington throw it up for that flush.
Oh!
The greatest showman now showing in the Morningside Arena.
We've got to see it again and again. Look at that. How sweet is that?
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Surrey Sports Park. Extended half time for the emergency alert message, so we didn't receive that during the game. But we are all about ready to get set for this second half of what's been a pulsating final game of the regular season between the Scorchers and the Giants. We are tied at 50 points apiece at the interval, and here you can see the stats from the first half. Surrey shooting 51% from the floor, but Scorchers having some success at the foul line, getting there for 13 attempts. And Manchester yet to record a block shot, which is something across the BBL we have not seen too often this season. Manchester, the leading shot blocking team in the league at just over 5.5 blocks a game, but a goose egg on the scoreboard. As Vince McCauley's side will look to see if they can get a win and clinch themselves 6th place and a playoff series against the Bristol Flyers. As for Surrey, obviously want to try and close out what's been a difficult season for head coach Lloyd Gardner, out with their 5th win of the year. 2 wins over Bristol, one of which was in the trophy, Caledonia and Newcastle for the Scorchers. As we are about ready for the third quarter, and it'll be the Scorchers with the opening possession. They've got captain Ogdembe, McFoley, Johnson, Steele and Dobbs on the floor, and an early triple up off the back iron, but a offensive rebound, which was a theme of the opening half of basketball for both rosters. And now a foul on William Lee for the reach-in. That'll be his 3rd personal foul. Lee joined on the floor by Williams, Roberson, Fletcher and Green for Vince McCauley and the Manchester Giants. McFoley loses the handle, went to go up but didn't have the ball in his possession, and now Giants can run. Williams from the wing strings it, and Dirk Williams up to a game high 14 points personal, having had a slow start, as Giants knock the ball loose from the sideline. Dirk Williams, the Giants' leading scorer, is now 6 of 8 on the day. That was his 2nd triple. Giants really struggled for long periods from downtown, and if they can get that going, might just be the difference in this game. As Steele hands it off, Ogdembe drives, gets Lee in the air and contact. William Lee couldn't quite stay vertical, and that'll be his 4th personal foul. And immediately Vince McCauley heading to that bench. As you see there, William Lee jumped up and the hands just coming down, and he will sit presumably for a long extended period. And the Scorchers captain, who split his first pair of free throws on the day, will head back to the line. First is good, as Teo looks to move to above 50% on the season, but he will remain at that number. But offensive rebound and 3 points instead. Why score 1 when you can score 3? And again, the Manchester Giants just can't find rebounds today. Giants 10 defensive boards in the game, as McFoley jumps into the passing lane to tip the ball out of bounds. But yeah, Giants with those 10 defensive rebounds. Scorchers now have 11 offensive rebounds on the day, as Williams looks to make another triple but can't convert, and the ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by McFoley. So Giants will have the baseline ball this time. into Taj Green. Great out of bounds play by the Giants. Green just creating a pocket of room, and he will draw contact and head to the foul line. Foul on Ogdembe, his second personal. Carey and Dobbs are the Scorchers players in a little bit of foul trouble. They both entered half-time on 3 apiece as Taj Green gets the first free throw. Green perfect today at the line, while the rest of his teammates have struggled. And leaves the second short, but another offensive rebound off free throws. Dirk Williams this time corralling it. That's the Giants' 14th of the contest. As shot clock down to 0, and Giants still dribbling the ball. That is a shot clock violation, but a very rare turnover for the Giants, just their 5th of the day. And they will now set up in a 2-2-1 zone press, a press that caused Scorchers some trouble a couple of times in that opening half. But this time Surrey able to advance. And now the loose ball, Johnson to Dobbs, doesn't go. And Williams able to pull it down. Fletcher, terrific pass ahead to Green, but Taj Green blows the layup. McFoley, Johnson, who had not got back in transition, able to leak out and stuff it home for 2. And Shaquem Johnson continues his perfect day shooting. He is now 6 of 6 for 16 points personal. The only blemish on his record coming at the foul line. Williams, corner 3, up and good. And Dirk Williams, one of the leading three-point shooters in the league, given far too much space by the Scorchers defense, and he will make them pay for the second time this half as the Giants creep back into the lead. Roberson strips Teo, but he wants a foul, but nothing coming from our officials, and Fletcher dances through the lane on that left hand. And he will move to 7 points personal. Shot clock down to 7. Ogdembe 3, up, back iron. And Dirk Williams able to sky up for it. Gonna pull up, strings it. Timeout, coach Lloyd Gardner. And Dirk Williams finishing the regular season with a bang. 4th triple of the day, and he moves to 20 points personal. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the Manchester Giants back to a 6-point lead, something we have not seen since the early part of the game. We'll get to have a look at that once again. Dirk Williams, as McFoley just backed off. The hand was there, but a late contest, and he will make no mistake as we are about to have the end of season raffle here at the Surrey Sports Park. And someone has got themselves a signed jersey to end this season. And that is a good way to end what has been a terrific season here at the Sports Park by the Surrey Scorchers crowd, despite the record, numerous sellouts. And as ever, it always feels like close contests. And no doubt, GM Dan Clark and head coach Lloyd Garner will look to make strides in their first full off-season. As we are back underway, Giants once again back out in this press, and they will look to extend this 6-point lead. An 8-second violation called. Surrey unable to get the ball over in time. and a sloppy mistake straight out of the huddle. And perhaps you can say partially why Surrey have found themselves in positions like this all season long. Little mistakes like that just at the level not needed, as Roberson able to lay it home 4-2. Lovely give and go off the inbound by Giants, and they are starting to pull away as McFoley finds Ogdenby. Now Shaquem Johnson, who had success in the post early on the game, drawing fouls. Ball will be recycled. 7 on the shot clock. Josh Steele. 3. Going to pull up over Roberson. Air ball well short, but good defense by the Giants to really close off options for the Scorchers. Fletcher, long 2. Doesn't quite get it to drop. And now Johnson inside will be called for the offensive foul, as Rahon Fletcher able to get his feet set. You can see Fletcher outside the 3-point line as Johnson went to turn to go to the basket through the chest of Ramon Fletcher, and that is a perfect charging foul. And that'll be the second personal foul on Johnson, second team foul on the Scorchers, and Johnson will head to the bench for a breather to be replaced by Jack Dombey. As Giants trying to set up an offense, Green leaves it short, fight for the rebound, and Roberson will be called for the reach in. That'll be his third personal, third team foul, as we're into the crossing the midway point of this third quarter. Final day of the BBL regular season. We appreciate you all sticking with us for this important game for playoff seeding. We will keep you up to date with the opening stages of the 3 o'clock encounter, as Jack Dombey a little bit too strong, fight for the rebound, and Roberson able to pull it down. Obviously that all-important game for the 8th seed in Plymouth, the Plymouth City Patriots and the Newcastle Eagles, looking for I would say a fun trip to the playoffs. However, as Taj Green blows the layup and Surrey can't convert on the outlet, we all know what is awaiting the 8th seed, and that is the London Lions in the playoffs. A reminder of that scenario, it's fairly simple. Newcastle Eagles, must win by 9 points or more to make the playoffs. A Plymouth win or a loss by 8 or less will see them advance, as Kofi Josephs into the lane, draws the blocking foul and gets the layup to go. And Kofi Josephs having a huge performance off the bench for the Giants. Josephs averaging just 5 points a game on the season, and he will have a chance to make that 13 on the day. And indeed, he makes no mistake from the line. And this lead is double digits for the first time all day. As again, Giants showing press, but Scorchers able to slow it up. Jack Dombey in the post, lays it home for 2 around Taj Green. Taj Green trying to speak to the referees to clarify something, but play continues. Josephs off the corner, left the entire lane. No help side defense by the Scorchers. And again, Manchester just finding offense as they have all season long. The leading scorers up to 69 points. 15-footer, no good. But Josh Steele on the putback. Josh Steele, who started this game 5 of 5, but has slowed up a little bit as Giants tried to turn the defensive screws. Joseph's pull-up 3 off to the left. And now Andrew Lawrence, who's checked in, beats Joseph's in transition, finds Steele. He replies. And all of a sudden, Ramon Fletcher and Kyle Carey getting into it. And a double technical foul will be assessed on Carey and Fletcher for a little bit of afters after the basket. Ramon Fletcher can't quite believe it, but both players chatting to each other, happy to continue. So that'll be first personal foul on Fletcher, fourth personal foul on Kyle Carey, and it also pull both teams onto 14 fouls. So we'll be shooting free throws the final 3 minutes of this third quarter dominated by the Manchester Giants. They lead it 19-13 as Fletcher long on the jump shot. And another stop by the Scorchers. Handoff by Jack Dombey, but he fakes it, keeps it 2 feet in the charge circle, and will draw the foul on the pump fake. I believe that will be on Roberson. We'll get confirmation of that shortly. No, it's called on Taj Green, so that'll be Green's third foul. And now Scorchers back to the foul line for attempts 16 and 17 on the day. Jack Domney 0 of 2 on his first attempt. And doesn't quite get the bounce on the first. Front iron, and back out. Jack Dombey playing 17 minutes a game for the Scorchers, but he breaks that free throw drought. And the Scorchers trying to get together a run to get back in this game. 6-0 at the moment. As Dirk Williams between the legs keeps the dribble alive, goes to pull up. Carey does a great job contesting, and Roberson can't quite get the tip in. And now Scorchers away in transition. Lawrence, stop, pop, and a little bit short for the veteran as Fletcher tries to split the pick and roll. And so we go, we don't want you getting in the paint. We'll take the kickball violation as Kyle Carey on those 4 personal fouls will take a break. And Amo Legby will check in for the Scorchers for his second appearance of the day. Amo Legby playing just 4 minutes a game this season in 8 appearances, but getting some extended time in the Scorchers' last appearances. Green couldn't quite pull in that pass off the pick and roll. And Vince McCauley, unhappy with the momentum in this game, will use a timeout and a chance to talk it over with his Giants leading by 5, 1 minute 46 left of the third quarter. And if you would not like to know the score in Plymouth, I suggest you mute for the next 8 or 10 seconds as we cover that game, as it is Plymouth 16, Newcastle 18, with 1 minute 7 left of the first quarter. A reminder that that is one of 3 games in the BBL. After this at the Surrey Sports Park, we have Sheffield Sharks and Bristol Flyers tipping at 4 o'clock. The Caledonia Gladiators and the London Lions at 5. And then the 180th game of the regular season will happen at Ellesmere Port as Cheshire Phoenix will take on the Leicester Riders at 5:30. So a busy day of BBL action on the final day, and we will have playoff matchups all set for you going into next week. And of course the final at the O2 Arena in London in 3 weeks' time. as Surrey trying to work against this 2-3 zone of Giants. McFoley, deep three, doesn't quite go. And Dirk Williams able to pull down the defensive board. That's rebound 5 of the day to go with 20 points personal. Dirk Williams working, kicks it out. Nick Lewis, corner pocket, doesn't quite go. And now Scorchers looking to push. Lawrence gets the handoff, recycles to McFoley. McFoley given space, catch, shoot, triple. Josh McFoley, he moves to 15 points personal. Scorchers a 9-0 run, and we're back to a 1-possession game. And the volume in the Surrey Sports Park lifting once again. Williams rises, doesn't go. Lawrence looking to push. 2-second game clock, shot clock differential, but Scorchers feeling it. Find McFoley, and he comes off the back iron, feeds Dobbs inside, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we have a tied game. 8 seconds left, third quarter. Ramon Fletcher, pick and roll with Green. Green slips, lays it home for 2, and that will do it for a third quarter of 2 halves. It looked like Giants were pulling away and dominating, but Surrey Scorchers said, not in our house. We want to end the season on a high, and they were able to pull together that 11-0 run to get them straight back in the ball game. As we are able to look at some of the 3-point shooting that exploded, and that was Dirk Williams straight out of the locker room with a couple of back-to-back triples. He is 4 of 7 on the day. As madness is about to ensue on the court below us at the Surrey Sports Park. As you see those triples, there was Josh Steele getting on the score sheet. Lovely move by Lawrence to find his British wing. Josh Steele, the leading scorer for the Scorchers, at 18 points on 7 of 10 shooting. And then that late 3 by McFoley, who moved himself to 15 points and 7 assists. And below us, we are about to see madness. We've seen Teddy's thrown. Now it's time for ducks raining down at the Surrey Sports Park. Look like we've got a couple close to that bullseye in the middle. Mascot encouraging all the contestants as the ducks have rained down for the final time at the Surrey Sports Park, and the clean-up operation will return. And we've got to congratulate the Surrey team on their terrific job all season long with their pre-game fan zone, along with things like the kit race and the ducks, which we've seen all season long here at the Surrey Sports Park. And whoever is Duck 155 has won themselves a signed basketball to end their season. As the winner collects his basketball, and both teams are heading out onto court for the start of the fourth quarter. It's Surrey Scorchers 69, Manchester Giants 71, as the Giants will have possession to start quarter 4. They will come out with Fletcher, Williams, Robinson, Green and Roberson. As for the Scorchers, it's Lawrence, Amo Legby, Jack Dombey, Johnson and McFoley. As everyone is about ready, and we are underway. The final 10 minutes of action here at the Surrey Sports Park on this season. Scorchers looking for league win number 4. Giants looking to lock up the 6th seed and will immediately start with a turnover. Dirk Williams not getting rewarded with the foul call and instead dribbling the ball out of bounds. As Giants working this 2-3 zone, Fletcher looking for the steal, last touch. Somebody. One referee isn't sure, second referee isn't sure, and they get together and decide. We both think it was Manchester ball, so Manchester will get possession. And it be the floor general Ramon Fletcher setting up the half-court offense. Green keeps the handle and gets the hook shot to go. Taj Green moves to 18 points, having really dominated in the opening stages of this game. Taj Green has had successful matchups all year long against this Surrey Scorchers team, including 29 in the overtime game here in February. McFoley thought about the three, will instead come off the screen, stop, pop, string! Josh McFoley, the Scorchers' leading scorer, heating up, and we're back to a 1-point game. Dirk Williams finds Fletcher. Green open in the paint. Fletcher finds him and gets the home court roll. Taj Green having a strong start to this quarter. But right now, McFoley from NBA range, string music. Josh McFoley, he is on fire. And all of a sudden, the Surrey Sports Park are on their feet as Lawrence with the steal, lays it home for 2. And Surrey Scorchers are not going down without a fight. They lead in their final game. Fletcher, floater off the glass and in. As Ramon Fletcher, with the veteran plays, Amalegbe into the lane, finds Lawrence. That three is up and good. And right now, Surrey Scorchers look like they're shooting a tennis ball into the rim. They cannot miss. As Lawrence fouls Fletcher. Surrey in this fourth quarter have attempted 3 field goals and converted all 3 from downtown. As Robinson will take a breather. Fletcher to Green. Scorchers trying to ice the screen and not let Fletcher take it. Green, 5 on the shot clock, 15-foot turnaround, doesn't go. Roberson draws the contact, and Anthony Roberson will head to the line. There you see just the contact coming from Johnson. That'll be his 3rd personal foul. Scorchers with a little bit of foul trouble to navigate down the stretch. Carl Kerry on 4. And Johnson joins both Dobbs and Ogundenbe on 3 personal fouls. As for the Giants, William Lee on 4, Green and Roberson on 3 apiece. As Roberson splits the pair like he did in the first half. And we have a 2-point game here at the Surrey Sports Park. Final day of the regular season. McFoley straight down the lane, and he moves to 23 points to go with 7 assists. And 8 points personal in this fourth quarter. Taj Green fakes one way, goes the other, leaves the jumper short. Carey stops, tries to go to the step through, but Callum Jones knocked the ball loose. But Scorchers able to reset, 7 on the shot clock. McFoley, stop, pop, stringed once again. Josh McFoley on fire. And Scorchers, 7-point lead. Not that long ago, they were trailing by 11. And now Vince McCauley's side will be tested. Green, another 10-12 foot jump shot on the turnaround from the block, does not go. Scorchers out and running. Josh Steele draws the contact from Taj Green and will head to the line for 2. Taj Green looked like he tried to pull out to avoid picking up foul number 4, but feet were still moving and Josh Steele got that contact and will head to the line. And that will see Taj Green head to the bench for the Giants. And it's Josh Steele at the line for the first time today. Leaves the first short. Josh Steele, 86% on the season, the Scorchers' best shooter, so an uncharacteristic miss. But the second also does not go. And now we'll see what the Giants can do. Fletcher to Lee off the pick and roll. And William Lee, seeing the help side from Kyle Carey get there, goes immediately into that patented jump shot. And he will move to 4 points personal. Slow afternoon. McFoley, you bet you. Josh McFoley, doesn't matter anywhere within the building right now, he is happy to take a shot. And he is up to 29 points. Dirk Williams looking to respond, too strong. And Surrey get the stop. Johnson tries to split the Giants defense, ill-advised pass, and now Giants looking to reply. William Lee once again, mid-range jump shot. And that will bring us to a 6-point ball game, but we've got just 5 minutes left in the Sports Park. McFoley, you bet you. And someone needs to pour some water over Josh McFoley. This place is red hot. He is amping up the crowd. And Surrey Scorchers, 9-point lead. Fletcher to Roberson. He will drive and lay it home for 2. But unfortunately, Roberson goes down hard. Looked like he landed on his right hip. And that will be a concern for the Giants, who, reminder, will play their leg of the playoffs as the 6th or the 7th seed on Thursday night at the National Performance Basketball Centre in Manchester. 7:30 tip for that. But the good news is Roberson able to jump to his feet and will continue as Kofi Josephs will check in. As Scorchers find McFoley once again. Expect any second now a 3-point attempt by Josh McFoley, the way he has been seeing the game in the fourth quarter. This time he'll turn the lane, find Jack Dombey, and he will lay it home for 2. Great decision by Josh McFoley, who got into the lane. And all of a sudden, this game is running out of control. And the Sheffield Sharks, the ball will be in their court. Do you want the 6 seed or the 7? As William Lee connects from downtown. If the Sharks win, and they will either move to 5 or 6 above the Manchester Giants. As McFoley gets Josephs to fall to the deck and string it from 35 foot. And my oh my, we have seen things in the BBL this season, but this might be the performance of the season. Josh McFoley can do no wrong. And he will take a break. Don't ask me why, but Josh McFoley will take a breather on 35 points, 8 assists, including 8 of 13 from downtown. That foul was on Shaquem Johnson, his 4th, 13th foul on the Scorchers, as the Giants are one team that can also put up points in a hurry. Fletcher, 2 of 2 from the line. He's up to 11. And now the Scorchers, what is your offense? Because really it's been the Josh McFoley show. Jack Dombey, 15 foot off to the right. Good offense by Steele though to find the wide open big underneath. Josephs fakes the free, drives, going to keep his dribble alive. Terrific patience by Kofi Josephs, and he will head to the line for 2. And that will do it for Shaquem Johnson's season. That is personal foul number 5. And that will bring the campaign to an end on 16 points personal, 6 rebounds for Shaquem Johnson today, but a perfect 6 of 6 shooting. The only blemish, 2 foul shots in the opening half. Kofi Josephs splits the pair, and it's a 6-point lead for the Scorchers. Steele to Carey, and Surrey deciding to reset. Jack Dombey down low, William Lee on 4 fouls. Jack Dombey goes up but loses the ball. Roberson comes up with the steal, and a foul in transition, and the Scorchers are in the penalty. So more free throws coming for the Giants. Foul is on Andrew Lawrence, that's his 3rd. And Josh McFoley, presumably to Lloyd Gardner, just says, I need a 60-second breather. And he is back in the game. Roberson to the line, trying to bring this deficit down to 4. Surrey Sports Park on its feet and making all the difference as another missed free throw for the Giants. But the second is good. As we're into the final 3 minutes of the first game. McFoley doesn't quite get it to go. But right now, everything feels like a great shot for the American. But now can Scorchers get some stops and keep the Giants off the foul line? As the free in and out, fight for the rebound, pulled down by Giants. McFoley ahead to Teo Ogadembe, who slams it home. And time out, Vince McCauley, as Captain Teo says, I have still got it, and elevates to the rim and keeps the Surrey Scorchers fans on their feet. And if we're not careful, I think this roof might actually depart the building. And you can see here just a look ahead. Teo out. Roberson tried to get there with no look. And Teo sky high puts the Scorchers into a 7-point lead with 2:16 remaining. And I don't know if you can tell how noisy the Surrey Sports Park is through the headset here on the commentary booth. but they are bouncing as even some prizes being launched into the crowd. As Josh McFoley, the Detroit Mercy graduate, really feels like he can't miss his 4th season as a pro. And just one of those days that all pro hoopers have had. Sometimes when you get hot, everything feels like a layup, and Josh McFoley has shown that. 38, his career high. There's a chance to break that. He's on 35 as a slip by Josephs. McFoley gets the contact, doesn't get it to go. Second personal foul on Ramon Fletcher, and Giants just a little bit unlucky there. Just an uncharacteristic slip by Roberson, and McFoley will head to the line where he's perfect, 3 of 3 on the day. As the first free throw, no good from McFoley. He is human, ladies and gentlemen. It may not feel like it with what we've seen in this second half, but he gets the second to go. Scorchers lead by 8, 2:04 to go. Josephs run off the 3-point line, finds Lee, foul line jump shot, good by William Lee, who's come alive in this 4th quarter. He's up to 11 points personal, and we're in a 2-possession ball game. McFoley, guarded by Williams, thinks about the step back, gonna launch it off the back iron this time, and Taj Green able to pull down the rebound. William Lee ahead of the pack, lays it home for 2. And Manchester Giants' hopes of the 6th seed are still alive. They trail by 4, 80 seconds to go. Jack Dombey down the middle of the lane, misses, but offensive rebound. Surrey Scorchers, steal. Lawrence wide open, dagger 3, Andrew Lawrence. As Surrey go up 7 and break the 3-digit threshold. Kofi Josephs to respond, strings it from deep. And Manchester, as you'd expect, not going down without a fight. Kofi Josephs, 19 points personal. Jack Dombey down the lane, tries to stuff it home. No foul. And Giants can push. Dirk Williams, pump fake, second time, strings it. And we have a 1-point game out of nowhere. The Manchester Giants showing why they're the best offense in the league. And now everyone's got to take a moment to breathe around the Surrey Sports Park in what has been a crazy game. And maybe this is a good time to remind you, when these two sides last met, it was here at the Surrey Sports Park, and we were treated to 3 basketball. That game headed to overtime. And maybe, just maybe, we'll have the same today. As the crowd just taking a minute to take stock of what we have seen. We have 63 fourth quarter points. Surrey leading it by 3. As we can see here, a little bit of the action from quarter 4. And now for Lloyd Gardner, the choice, as we see that McFoley ankle breaker that moved him to 35 points. It'll be interesting to see what Lloyd Gardner does. Both teams with 1 timeout. Giants 2 fouls to give before the penalty. So Surrey will elect to have the ball in the back court. So 24-second shot clock. And Giants show some pressure, but it'll be Andrew Lawrence to bring it up and over. Finds Teo. Handoff, McFoley slips it, but Giants do a great job of covering. Jack Dombey hands to Lawrence, he'll get a lane, lays it home for 2. Scorchers by 3. 2.5 second game clock, shot clock differential. Josephs, McFoley in close attention. Josephs drives to the rim, looks for contact. Taj Green, hammer dunk 4-2. We've got a 1-point game, long outlet. Tapped by Josh Steele. Giants are going to have to foul. And foul they do with 6 seconds to go. Near disaster for the Scorchers. But they keep the ball alive. Reminder, Scorchers by 1. 6.1 seconds to go. Only the 3rd team foul. So Vince McCauley's side will have to foul 2 more times. Subs are coming for the Giants. Lee and Green head to the bench. They're both on 4 personal fouls. So great decision by the Giants coaching staff. You don't want players fouling out. And Lloyd Gardner, not happy with what he's seeing, elects to call timeout. His last of the game. So 6.1 seconds to go, 1-point game. Again, feel free to mute for the next 10 seconds if you do not want a spoiler alert from Newcastle Plymouth. Currently, with 3:19 to go, Eagles lead by 13. So Eagles will move to the 8th seed and play the Lions if results stand. As reminder of the scenario, if Manchester win, they go to 6. They will host the Flyers in the playoffs. If Manchester lose and Sheffield win, the Giants will flip to 7. But that scenario also puts Cheshire Phoenix down to 6 and moves the Sharks all the way up to 5. So these 6 seconds are vital in the playoffs. For Manchester, they are in regardless. They will host their playoff game on Thursday night at the National Basketball Centre. But will it be against the Bristol Flyers or the Leicester Riders? Lawrence, Ogundembe, Carey, Steele and McFoley on the floor for Surrey. Lawrence on the inbound will find Captain Teo, who will be fouled by Roberson. That's his 4th. And 4th team foul on the Giants. 4.6 seconds to go. So 1.5 came off the clock. Same set. So Steele is going to come to the corner. McFoley off 2 screens. Open. Dirk Williams fouls. So that foul also took 1.5 seconds. So we're down to 3.1 seconds. Josh McFoley on the line for 2. Now the option is there with 3 seconds to go to potentially miss the second and make Manchester go in the full court, because Vince McCauley and the Giants coaching staff have a timeout. But the first is important here. Josh McFoley, 36 points, career high of 38. Makes the first. Vince McCauley does indeed call timeout, so Giants are either going to have a half-court heave for the win or timeout and advancing the ball to try and force overtime. McFoley. Can hear a pin drop. Makes the second. Timeout Giants. So it's overtime or bust for Manchester. 3.1 seconds to go. And as we do that, we'll give you a good opportunity to run through how we got here. First half, tied at 50 points apiece. It was 26-24 respectively in the quarters, and then the third quarter is where the Manchester Giants came alive. They built a run to lead 69 points to 58, and then out of nowhere, Surrey went, we know how to play basketball, we know how to score, and scored they did in a hurry. That 11-point deficit flipped. It felt like in seconds as Josh McFoley did not know how to miss. Surrey built a 9-point lead, but all of a sudden the Giants came fighting back. It was an 8-point lead for the Scorchers with 2 minutes to go, and all of a sudden William Lee, back-to-back jump shots, and then back-to-back threes. Kofi Joseph and Dirk Williams got the Giants right back in it. And here we are, 3.1 seconds to go. Surrey Scorchers 106, Manchester Giants 103. Neither team has timeouts left. No team fouls left. So Scorchers also have the option, if the ball goes on the deck, to foul. But Surrey Sports Park all on their feet. Ramon Fletcher to inbound. Elevator screen for Josephs. He fires Fletcher for the tie, short. And Surrey Scorchers win the final game of their season. 106-103 over the Manchester Giants, and go to Cheshire Phoenix and Sheffield Sharks. The playoff seeding is now in your court. Manchester Giants, last regular season game, they have already guaranteed the playoff seeding, but now might drop to seed 7 and play the Leicester Riders. Yeah, Leicester Riders. If not, we will see the Giants play the Flyers, but those scores from Sheffield and Cheshire will make all the difference for the seeding. But for now, we need to talk about what we saw, which was Josh McFoley. A career high 38 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, and he is rightly taking in the plaudits of the crowd. Apart from that, for the Scorchers, Shaquem Johnson, who did foul out, 16 points, perfect 6 of 6 shooting. Josh Steele with a huge 18 points, 7 rebounds. Andrew Lawrence off the bench, 12 points, 4 assists. And Boban Jack Domby, 13 points, 9 rebounds. As for the Giants, 6 players in double figures, led by Dirk Williams, 23 points, including 5 of 8 from downtown. Ramon Fletcher, 11 points, 13 assists on the double-double. And Taj Green, 22 points, 8 rebounds as well. But the Giants will turn their attentions to that playoff game. They will host their playoff leg on Thursday night at the National Basketball Performance Centre, as we see some of the highlights. And this is where Josh McFoley really changed the game. It felt like he could not miss. And this will be one of the performances of the entire BBL season. As obviously Scorchers haven't had it their own way at times, have had those struggles. But to finish the season on a high will be a big momentum boost for this team. And no doubt performances like that will put people in the shop window. Obviously a big mention as well to some of the players that have helped with the Scorchers this season. Paddy Wang, a big one, who obviously had missed the last few games of the season. He will hopefully try and get himself fit for international duty, as South Sudan will make their debut appearance in the FIBA World Cup. That draw is on Friday. And they will have an impact, no doubt, as Paddy Wang, a great season. But no one has left the sports park as end of season presentations are underway. A half-time update from Plymouth. where the Newcastle Eagles look like they're marching towards the 8th seed. They lead the Plymouth City Patriots by 16 points. Reminder, if Eagles win by 9 or more, they move into the playoffs. And a reminder, you can follow the other games this afternoon on the BBL YouTube channel. Cheshire Phoenix, Leicester Riders 5:30, Caledonia Gladiators, London Lions 5 p.m. And then the game shortly about to tip from Ponds Forge, Sheffield Sharks, Bristol Flyers. But that will wrap up our coverage here from Surrey Sports Park on this 2022-2023 campaign. Final score, Surrey Scorchers 106, Manchester Giants 103. From myself, Michael Hudson-Morris, and the entire broadcast team, thank you and enjoy the final day of the BBL regular season.
Feel like I'm at the tippy top of my game, looking down at the rafters. I had to sun these boys, can't leave them bastards. A lot of dudes, just some undercover actors. I don't fall for it, I'm privy to all your tactics. Yeah, so try again, this time take a vitamin. For this. Yeah, that's right, no downplaying my accomplishments. You call me arrogant, I take it as a compliment. I got that confidence, come on now.
You bought the noise, seen the hustle, ripped your team, saw us get buckets in the paint, from deep, from the impossible. To himself. So now you know.